Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Welcome to Tarot Tuesday. Oh, I'm nauseous. I would have been recording 20 minutes ago, but I had to hover over the toilet. Not that anything happened, but I ate some cookies for breakfast that my daughter made, some chocolate chip cookies. And I might as well just have had a stick of butter for breakfast. Like, why not just bite into the stick of butter? Because that's pretty much how it made me feel. So anyways, I was doing great until I had cookies for breakfast. Yeah. Do you ever have that feeling, like way too much oil or something? I don't know. Okay, so... Hey, this is how you know you're a mom or a responsible adult. So I go to gag in the toilet, which I never even threw up. I just was gagging and burping, just TMI Sadie. Sadie TMI Cherico on Tuesday Tarot Tuesday. I catch a whiff of the toilet and I'm like, oh my God, like this will make me throw up. I mean, I'm on the fence, but if I smell this toilet, it'll help sway the vote. So yeah, you're a responsible adult or a mother when in between gags you're spraying the toilet and cleaning it. So I got nauseous. I never actually threw up, and my toilet is cleaned. Okay, my toilet got clean. So anyways, that's how I do it. Like, oh, life tries to get me down. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no, you're not getting me down. As a matter of fact, I'm going to walk away feeling better than I did and have a clean toilet. Take that. Take that, cookie nausea. So anyways, yeah. And you know what? Chocolate chip cookies, this recipe that she used last night, had called for 2 sticks of butter. What? That seems like a lot of butter. Alright, so we need to we're out of eggs. I can't handle butter anymore. I need to find a good recipe for oil-free vegan cookies since we have no eggs. Yeah, what a time for my chickens to die. But I'll tell you what, I really don't miss them. I really don't miss them, just like I really don't miss my husband or any past lovers. Isn't that interesting how things can leave your life, and that moment when you're like, you know what, and I really don't even miss them. It feels pretty good. So I'm just unboxing the Herb Crafters Tarot, letting it know we got another great layout. Are you ready to pull some cards? Okay, so last night, I want to tell you about my day yesterday. So yesterday, I told myself, you are not going to be on Facebook today. I did check in one time to send one quick message to Tonic Herbs, telling them that I got my mullein tea and thanking them for sending it so quick. So anyways, besides that, I did not, and I didn't even actually log into Facebook for that. I just went straight into Messenger. Good girl, Sadie. So I was like, you know what? You're not getting on Facebook today because you have these podcasts you've been sitting on. And I was like, all right, fine. Plus, emotionally, Facebook drains me, and I'm a hop, skip, and a jump away from just deleting the whole thing, So I gotta watch. Emotionally, Facebook is not the best. Facebook is like a greasy chocolate chip cookie sometimes for me emotionally. So I was like, you know what? And just stay out of it. Quit messing around, girl. Quit scrolling. Quit wasting your time. So I did not do Facebook yesterday. And guess what I did do instead? recorded 4 podcasts. That includes yesterday's how. But anyways, yeah, look at me. Now, granted, they were all like ready to go, and I had been sitting on them, and it was just really me showing up to talk. But I recorded 4 podcasts yesterday. I know. Look what happens when you don't Facebook. So challenge yourself to have a Facebook-free day sometime and see what you can actually get done. So I'm going to try to do that a lot this week because, I just have little projects here and there that I could finish up. I could read more. Oh my gosh, you guys, I wanted to tell you another thing. I'm going to read this book, and it's been on my shelf for a little while since, I think, last winter's book sale at the library. But it's called Sisters of the Earth. So I'm going to maybe start reading this book. It's a collection of writings and poetry. It's called Sisters of the Earth. And on the back, it says, nature as healer, nature as delight, nature as counterpart to what is wild in us all, nature as mother and sister, nature as victim. Sisters of the Earth is a stirring collection of women's writing on nature. So then they name a whole bunch of names and, but it's all kinds of different writings and poems and essays and stories and journal entries, each offering a vivid, eloquent response to the natural world. So after I read Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert, she kind of got me in the mood. Hey, what's up, Elizabeth? You got me in the mood. She got me in the mood to read something other than nonfiction nerdy words. I know, look at me. I know, look at me. And I do want to have more leisurely reading time. I do. I just feel like that's good for me right now. So whether that's cuddling with an oracle deck that has a really good guidebook, but this is even something different, something more descriptive and kind of like romantic in a way. I want to read more books that are romantic with the earth. Yeah, baby. All right. So anyways, that was my day yesterday. I got all this stuff done, recorded. Well, I hung out with you yesterday with California Poppy, our herb of the week. Isn't she so chill? Isn't California Poppy so chill? I mean, wow. So I did that. Then later on, I recorded a mullein pot. Mullein, violet, and an herbal taro, the tower garlic. So I was a busy girl. And then last night, I still had energy. It was like Facebook did not steal any of my energy yesterday. So I had all this energy last night, and I had my phone off, I'd just been listening to music and knitting. And I was like, oh, tomorrow's Tuesday. Maybe I should have a layout. I like to have a layout lined up because I can't count on myself to do anything in the morning. And I found this one so quick and it resonated so much. It's called Meeting the Shadow. See, before I went looking for a tarot layout, I thought to myself, wouldn't it be cool to find an Eckhart Tolle or Tolle? Can somebody please tell me how to say his name? Or maybe I need to listen to an interview or something with him. Anyways, Eckhart, he's always talking about that pain body. And I really felt mine get activated in certain ways this week. I confessed yesterday that I was needy kind of. And I realized last night, I'm definitely in the week of before my period. So that's when Eckhart says we really have to watch our pain bodies get triggered, PMS or during our menstrual cycle. We're more likely to have our pain body get activated. So anyways, I thought, wouldn't it be cool to find an Eckhart layout about the pain body? And I was like, well, don't even waste your time unless you want to create it yourself. And I was like, oh, I don't want to start creating layouts. It would be cool, but everybody else already does them so good. I just, I like to use other people's. I feel like they're pros already. So anyways, I've set my intentions that I kind of wanted to like talk about maybe something like pain body, and I found this one called Meeting the Shadow, and I was like, yeah, like, you know, your shadow and your pain body are like hand in hand. Maybe even that's where your shadow lives, in your pain body, or maybe your pain body is part of your shadow. So anyways, I found this layout called Meeting the Shadow. Then it occurred to me that I'm not really sure, this was just like a personal synchronicity, but I've been sharing the film called Out of Shadows, and that's like collective shadow work, Out of Shadows. So I have this shadow theme going on in my life now. Out of Shadows is this guy's perspective. He was a stuntman in Hollywood, so and he is incredible, really, what he was doing, all this stunt work, like really scary to me stunt work, and he broke his back. Sorry for spoiling it for you. If you want to watch Out of Shadows, I just warn you, that's what happens to him. And anyways, he realizes that he's been kind of working for the bad guys in Hollywood pretty much, and he uncovers all this stuff. So without going down that rabbit hole, which is disgusting, that I did have this shadow word. I do have this shadow word following me this week. So anyways, this layout is called Meeting the Shadow, Unraveling and Unpacking the Medicine. And it's on the account called Seeds of Shakti. So if you go on Instagram and you look up Seeds of Shakti, you'll see this woman's page. And she's got other layouts too. And I just want to read you what she wrote. Seeds of Shakti said, the new reality, that's in quotes, the new reality is forcing folks, including myself, to dive into shadow work. You might have old trauma rise up. You might feel triggered. And what you thought was healed is now an open wound, again, seeking a balm. I invite you to unravel and unpack the medicine that is lurking in the darkness by meeting what's in the shadows. And if you aren't able to hold space for that, then save the spread for when you are. Be tender and kind with yourself. So yeah, it's like this week for me, you know, being my pain body triggering, getting triggered. Yeah, old stuff can come up, right? I had to sit with a few feeling memories about, you know, my previous lover. I was so sad. And you know what I did? I let myself sit there and cry for like 30 seconds, literally not even, I just like let myself completely feel it, fast and furious, breathed into it, and then I felt better. So yeah, it was like, and then I was cool, right? But it was like, don't try to suppress this stuff. If it comes up, if it bubbles to the surface, if it gets trigger, if that old trauma rises up, I mean, look at it. Look at the shadow. Look at the darkness. Look at the pain. Look at the grief. Look at the rejection. Look at the wound. Okay, these wounds are asking to be healed. They're asking for a balm. They're asking for you to be their medicine. So unraveling and unpacking the medicine is meeting the shadow spread. It's 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. I love this spread because it's like done in black, white, and grayscale. It's got these palm tree sprigs or whatever on it. It just grabbed me right away. There's 4 questions that we're gonna ask, and then I want you to go and check out Seeds of Shakti. She has a free tarot straight up guide of catchphrases for all 78 cards when you sign up for her newsletter. When you can go to Seeds of Shakti. That's Shakti, Shakti. Seeds of Shakti. And that was the other thing. Plant Gaia seeds. I'm working on that new Instagram page, like just for fun, really. And so I've got this planting seeds thing going on. So really, this woman completely, like, I was like, okay, this is my spread for tomorrow. But she does have imagine a website, download the free tarot guide. I guess the easiest way to do is just go to her Instagram page, Seeds of Shakti. Seeds of Shakti. But yeah, I'm going to. Absolutely, I'm going to right now. Hold on. Shuffle your deck. Make some tea. I'm gonna sign up for a newsletter. This Affirmation Minute is brought to you by our sweet herb of the week, California Poppy, and I thank you and I dedicate them all to you. I am playful. I sprinkle joy wherever I go. I create with the enthusiasm of a beginner. I shine light during the day and embrace the dark at night. I open my heart to the wonders of the natural world. I believe in fairies. Let's say them again. I am playful. I sprinkle joy wherever I go. I create with the enthusiasm of a beginner. I shine light during the day and embrace the dark at night. I open my heart to the wonders of the natural world. I believe in fairies. And so it is. Okay, done. I've signed up for the newsletter. And she does have a website, seedsofshakti.com. It's Sharon Basanti. Sharon, what's up? You look like you could be my little sister. She also has a course how to learn to read tea leaves. That might be pretty interesting. All right, let's focus here. Meeting the shadow. I got a half hour here before I got to go run an errand. Okay. Yeah, hanging over the toilet threw me off. But I feel so much better now. Sometimes you just have to belch like a freaking maniac and feel good. All right, here we go. I got the Herb Crafters Tarot. All the cards are in here except for California Poppy. What great affirmations. Did you enjoy those? I just slipped them in there. I mean, I believe in fairies. I believe in fairies. Do you? Do you believe in fairies? All right, got a little shuffle here. But yeah, I am playful. I sprinkle joy wherever I go. Reminders. California Poppy is going to remind us to create with the enthusiasm of a beginner. And yeah, I like the idea of embracing dark. I didn't light a candle last night, did you? I thought about it. Maybe tonight I'll light a candle for California Poppy. Get to know my dark self. But I mean, I do kind of already know my dark self, what we talked about yesterday. If you didn't listen to yesterday, you have no idea what I'm talking about. I open my heart to the wonders of the natural world. Okay. Oh, I didn't even tell you what our questions were. How can I be pulling cards yet? I didn't even tell you the 4 questions. So we have 1 and 2 on the left side, 1 on top of 2, and then a little diagonal down, we have 3 and 4. So you can lay them out however you want. I will share this on my Instagram at Herb Oracle, or you can go to Seeds of Shakti, see it there, plus all our other cool ones. The questions are, where's my reading glasses? Number 1 is, what is lurking in the shadows that needs to be brought into the light for deep healing? So first we're going to find out what is lurking in the shadows that needs to be brought into the light for deep healing. Our second card is how can I be a container for unraveling and unpacking the shadow work? Number 3 is, what sacred practices and tools do I need to lean into for support as I meet my shadow. That'll be interesting. What sacred practices and tools do I need to lean into as I meet my shadow for support that can support me? That'll be I like. And what the last card will be, what medicine will rise up from the holding space for shadow work? All right, so I've done a ton of shadow work over the years, and it is crazy. Like when something comes up to the surface, you're like, oh my God, I thought I was done with you. What are you doing here? But hey, if there's a little bit of residual shadow work, one, feel good that it's only a little bit. It's just a residual bit, and just heal it. Don't let even a tiny bit fester anymore. We want to heal, heal, heal. We want to unravel and unpack the medicine. So here we go. Meeting the shadow spread. All right, so let's get shuffling and get our first card. What is lurking in the shadows that needs to be brought into the light for deep healing? What is lurking in the shadows? Okay, Herb Crafter's Tarot, tell me, what is lurking in the shadows that needs to be brought out into the light for healing? What is lurking in my shadow? Okay, here it is. We have, it's reversed. It's the Tower mushroom. Ooh, okay. What is lurking in the shadows that needs to be brought into the light for deep healing? This is interesting. One, because I just did the Tower podcast last night. Two, it's interesting because if you hung out with me last year in 2019, you know that my tower fell, that my whole world crashed, right? Like many different ways, many times over. You know that I've danced on the rubble of that tower too. So anyways, but what needs to be brought into the light for deep healing? Oh my God, yes. I mean, my whole marriage fucked me up. Do you know? Like all that rejection, all that abandonment, all that betrayal, like that brought up stuff from my childhood. I mean, that just hurt me. It hurt me. It hurt me. Right? So yeah, absolutely. Do I have some deep healing work to do? And that's what 2020 is all about. Rebuilding myself. I know that. So this is actually just the perfect card for me. So I'm curious to hear what you got. Here on this table, we got number 20. Is it number 20? Nope, it's number 16. It's reversed. It's the mushroom. What's lurking in the shadows that needs to be brought into the light for deep healing? The Tower, mushrooms. So it says, let tragedy nourish the soil of rebirth. Everything is food for growth. Be liberated by your acceptance of profound change. I'm going to read that again. Be liberated by your acceptance of profound change. So yeah, ending a 13-year-long marriage, that is profound change. It really is. Going from just always being with somebody to being alone, profound change, you know. And I totally accepted it, and I really did. So be liberated by that. Often, you guys, when I realize that I'm alone, you know what my first thought is? I am free. I am free. I am free. You know, and I say that to myself if I feel bad that, you know, my little lover didn't work out, I just stop myself. I go, no, I am free. I am free. Right? I am free right now. This is my time to heal. This is my time to be nourished, right? This is my time to rebirth. But yeah, I mean, my cards are given to me straight here. I have deep healing to do because of all that. I mean, yeah, good job. Way to accept it. Be liberated. Feel free. Dance on the rubble. But do not deny the fact that you have deep healing work to do under the surface. So yeah, a tree crashes in a dark wood onto a bed of brown, gold, and green leaves. A large decaying piece of the trunk is covered in mushrooms. When the wood is touched, it gives way, crumbling to dust. Light shines through the forest and hits the log, illuminating the vibrant colors of the mushrooms. Sudden change leads to destruction and upheaval. Mushrooms are the instigators of transformation in the forest. They spark foundational healing. Mushrooms are decomposers. They convert material that is no longer useful into something living things can eat. They break down and absorb environmental contaminants, recycle decaying materials, and bring nutrients to the soil. So the mushroom is coming in today to say, to use the tragedy to nourish the bedrock of your soul. Let the current crisis consume false narratives you have created and rewrite your story. Now is your chance to play at the game of life anew. As mushrooms build the immune system, allow yourself to build strength through resilience. Mushrooms reproduce by shooting their spores through the air in bursts. Once the first shock of profound change has passed, let new energy be released. Yeah, just shoot those new spores of new energy out. But isn't this cool, you guys? Isn't this deep? And we're meeting the shadow and we go right into the darkness. We go right into the realm of mushrooms. We go right into decaying. We go right into, compost. We go right into that pile of shit. What is lurking in the shadows that needs to be brought into the light for deep healing? My awareness that I do have that place that needs deep healing, that my tower did crash. And not to just brush it off, you know what I mean? Really tend to that soil inside of me, tend to it. And then the thing that really I think is the answer, what is lurking in the shadow? The false narratives, the bullshit I lie and tell to myself that isn't true, right? And I need to stop that, having my husband leave my bed, basically sexually abandoning me during our marriage, made me feel like I wasn't worth having a lover, that I wasn't good enough, and then so all these body issues, need healed now, because it's what was wrong with me, and I get it now. I understand nothing's wrong with me. I understand that. However, that is ingrained pretty deep in me from that experience. Now, granted, there are worse traumatic things in life, but that's pretty harsh. That's pretty harsh. That was pretty harsh for me. So yeah, that's what needs to be brought into the surface, the fact that I have been wounded. And I wasn't nice to myself. So it was I was wounding myself all along too, having low self-esteem, low self-worth, not really liking my body, hating it at times, being really mad at it a lot of times, just not enjoying it. So I have so much healing work, and I'm doing that, and I really am. I'm loving my body, I'm appreciating it, I'm putting lotion on it, I'm really trying to just appreciate my vessel. And yeah, I'm going to probably be able to do that a lot easier this year by being alone and rebuilding my soil, my soul. So anyways, mushroom is suggesting to me to write about the tragedy, bury that writing beneath a decaying mushroom log. So yeah, maybe like put it out on paper and then go bury it somewhere where nobody will find it. Can I light it on fire first? Enhance vitality to cope better with change. Take medicinal mushrooms like reishi or responsibly harvested chaga. So I have both of those, and I think that's a great idea. I think I do want to connect with mushrooms this week. I really do. And then it says learn something new, enroll in a mushroom foraging class. Okay, I have not held back by saying to people I am mushroom illiterate. Like, mushroom foraging scares the hell out of me. I don't know, it's just a whole, like, plants, herbs, okay, I feel like I can do that. Mushrooms, I'm like, I don't know. Like, so I often joke I need a mushroom man in my life. I'll have to wait till next year. But something new, right? So, and that's California poppy too. You know, create with the enthusiasm of a beginner, you know, be okay with learning something new. But yeah, what needs to be brought into the light for deep healing? All that stuff that happened last year. All right, let's move on. Okay, next question that's going right, this card will go right below the first card. How can I be a container for unraveling and unpacking the shadow work? So how can I be a container for unraveling and unpacking the shadow work? So how can I be a container for unraveling and unpacking the shadow work? Okay, this one chucked itself out of the deck, like off the top, skidded on my chair. Thank you for not having me bend over. It's elder. It's elder. All right, so 4 of fire. We have seen this scene before. They're making an elder wand. There's this red string. There's chili peppers. There's spilled containers of herbs and elderberries and elder leaves and all this stuff. There's Mother Mary pillow back on the rocking chair by the fire and like the little wood burner chimney inside. How can I be a container for unraveling and unpacking the shadow work? Elder says, make a little magic. Stir up a special ceremony. Holy helpers guide you and lend you power. Honor the beings who guard the liminal places. So how can I be a container for unraveling and unpacking the shadow work? It's encouraging me to use magic to do that, to create a safe space to make a little magic. She's also encouraging me to practice magical arts and move between the worlds. So call on my holy helpers. Ask for the power. Ask to be lent the power. Honor the beings who guard the liminal places. Honor the old ones. Build a foundation that will sustain your work so you can create the life you desire. So how can I become that container? Yeah, opening myself up to the magic, asking for help. That's been a theme this week. Make sure we are asking for help. Allow my ancestors, my holy helpers, my guardian beings, allow them to protect me, to guard me while I do this shadow work. Try not to cry while I go inside and really, really look at this. Yeah, like I don't have to feel like I have to go alone. So anyways, elder, right? Asking me to make a little bit of magic. Stir up a special ceremony. that's how I can be a container for unraveling and unpacking the shadow work. Yeah, really going dark, really going into a place where I might not understand it. And I have to revisit to a time in my childhood that was really, really scary. And I was about 13. And I was attacked by dark energies for like a whole summer. And so that too, I have to like go back and heal too. And one time I made a YouTube video about it, but I never published it. I uploaded it and kept it unlisted. And a couple weeks ago, I thought to myself, you should share that video. Why the hell not? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, like I was maybe psychically or darkly attacked by energies for a whole summer right before 7th grade. And it was really scary. So like I really do have to like not make peace, but kind of in a way that there are all types of energies. There are all types of experiences. And one thing the reason I'm even bringing it up is after being like basically tortured and tormented for what seemed like, I think, almost a whole summer, that was my first experience with then asking for help. Like I literally called on Jesus Christ. And then it literally all went away just like that. It was like the craziest thing. But anyways, I don't know why that just came up. I'll tell you why it came up, because we're doing a shadow work. We're doing a shadow spread. And it's like, what is still under the surface that needs healed? Right? What is going to bubble up this week that you can be a container for? That you can ask your holy helpers to clear with you and transmute. But yeah, I feel like if we do allow ourselves to go into our darkest places, we have quite a bit of light that we can bring forth. We have quite a bit of things that have been lurking in the shadows that need to be brought into the light for deep healing. And we simply need to ask for help to become the container for unraveling and unpacking the shadow work, and know that with our guides and with our wisdom that we've gained and with a little bit of magic, we really can take an honest look at this and finally put some balm on the wound. Okay, I am like more than ready now for our third card, which our third question is, what sacred practices and tools do I need to lean into for support as I meet my shadow? So here I was just thinking that I needed to mend my heart from my rejection, but actually then while I was being vulnerable, while I was in a vulnerable state, then I'm like being shown that I actually still have other stuff that goes back farther that I need to deal with and heal and look at. And so I can work with Elder. Okay, here's why I was like, why is this happening? Why is this happening on my podcast? And here's why. Elder invites me all the time to work in these mysterious realms with it. But because of that experience that I had that makes me want to cry even to this day, I'm afraid to go there because of what happened to me when I was young. So that's something that I need to heal, because I'm missing I'm missing out on a lot of magic because I don't want to deal with the dark arts, and I don't want to ever feel like I'm being chased again. All right, so what sacred practices and tools can I lean on for support? Holy crap, you guys. All right. What could help me out here? What can I lean on? What sacred practice and tools? There's a lot. What would be of the most benefit right now for me to lean into as I do this shadow work? Ah, crap. I think it's this one poking up. All right, number 3 is this one that I'm not sure how to say. It's the Madre of Earth, the creosote bush. Creosote? I'm probably making a lot of Mexicans mad right now. Creosote. It's like Creo, Creosote. Creosote bush. That's what I feel like I'm supposed to say. It might be wrong there. It's the Madre of Earth. The Latin name is Laria tridentata. I like it. Okay, so what kind of sacred practices and tools do I need to lean into for support as I meet my shadow? And I don't even think this is even about my self-esteem anymore. I mean, like, I really felt like I was like, oh, the tower fell, like mushrooms came in. I was like, that must be me, like, being sexually rejected. And then all of a sudden I'm remembering being like, having like rooms close in on me and feeling like there was this dark presences around me trying to get me. And now I feel like that needs healed even more than me not having a lover that I can trust, you know? So the Madre of Earth comes in, and this is what she says to me. What kind of sacred practices and tools do I need to lean into for support as I meet my shadow? She says, be a guardian of the wild places. Be a guardian of the wild places. Build circles of women. And share the medicine. Every once in a while I have a podcast where I pretty much bawl the whole way through it. This is it. But how many times am I being reminded to build circles? So yeah, like, I'm sure I'm not alone with having weird shit happen to you as a kid, you know? And I'm sure I'm not alone with feeling rejected and abandoned and all of that crap. So where do I need to lean into? My circles of women, my wild places, the medicine that I gather from the earth. So this is a beautiful card of a woman traveling deep into a canyon, surrounded by the shrub plants of the Sonoran Desert. A large dancing rock towers before her, a flat mesa sturdy behind it. Before collecting medicine, she makes an offering to the land. So just right there, it's like, make your offerings to the earth and lean into that. Lean into that as your support. She raises a clay bowl full of the creosote flowers to the sun. She raises the bowl to the sun and sings a song of gratitude. Now, I sing a lot when I'm outside to the plants. So that is another practice, a sacred practice that I can really find comfort in and really lean into and really connect with, singing to the earth. The Madre of Earth provides for herself and her community. Like the creosote bush, she creates many medicines, many remedies. She honors the land as she gathers medicine. She is in good health and inspires others to do the same with her grounded daily rituals. So what kind of practices can I lean into for support? Daily rituals that ground my energy and keep me healthy and keep me strong. She knows creosote bush thrives in depleted soil where other plants cannot. She too is considered a survivor because of her ability to grow strong. As a true guardian of the place, she learns from creosote, the mother of all plants. So I really hope I'm not killing the name because it's the mother of all plants. She learns from her how to enhance the lives of generations beyond her lifetime. She steadily supports her people as well as the animals and plants of the region. Embrace your quiet nature. It is the foundation of grace. So for our third question, what sacred practices and tools do I need to lean into for support as I meet my shadow? The earth, the mother of the earth. Your daily rituals, your grounding, your offerings, your singing, your guardianship of wild places, your circle of women, your calling to help plant seeds that will benefit future generations. Share the medicine. So even like when I sit down to record a podcast, I know that in 3 years, somebody is going to be listening to this, you know? I know 30 years after I die, somebody's going to be listening to this. So I do honor what I'm doing here, and I am going to lean into that and embrace your quiet nature. Yeah, really, I am actually, for as much as I talk, you think like, wow, this woman never shuts up. But like, I do have a majority of my existence in a quiet space, actually. I know that's what makes it so funny. So it's like, yeah, embrace your quiet nature. It is the foundation of grace. Empower future generations. Lead a medicine walk in your community. Protect wild spaces. Make an offering to the land in the form of a mandala. Share the medicine. Make a healing salve and give it away to everyone. And give it away. All right, so before my alarm goes off here that tells me I got to go run a quick errand, I have to go run an errand before we pull our final card. I was really last night coming into this just beautiful acceptance that I want to really let go of my egoic expectation to, I need to give things away for free. I need to give it all away for free pretty much, and know that that is my service to the earth. So I really am like letting go more and more of that ego rage that talk about being tormented in 2019, being like all the time, like, oh, people are such jerks. I'm more and more genuinely releasing that. And last night I had another quantum leap within that realm, within that limited belief system, and it is feeling so good. I'm releasing myself more and more from my brutal ego that is just so hard on people, and I'm really stepping into this new energy just to connect with the earth and do my thing and give freely, and it feels so good. All right, on that note, I'm gonna run down the road and pick up some lunches and deliver them to the neighbors, and I'll be right back. All right, 20 minutes has passed. It was just a quick little errand. The school district is dropping off breakfast and lunch bags for the local kids. So I get some for my kids, and against my better judgment, because it's all a bunch of crap. But anyways, and I take 2 down to the neighbors' kids too, because the mom is having some health issues and just hard for her to get out of the house and stuff. And I know the kids, they really appreciate me bringing their snacky snacks. They were very excited to see me. So anyways, last card. Whew. I really enjoyed that little fresh air and run down the road, because kind of pulled myself together. But even though that's not really the point of shadow work, it's like, it's okay to fall apart. Isn't that what the Tower is kind of like saying right off the bat today? It's okay to fall apart. It's okay to crumble and let some of this stuff compost. It will fertile your soil for future growth. Then we had Elder coming in to encourage us to use more magic, you know, call in our elders, call in our ancients, call on our holy helpers to help us be a container for the shadow work. A lot of people avoid shadow work because sometimes it hurts, it's uncomfortable, it's not fun, it's things that you'd like to not ever think about again. But guess what? That energy, you're holding it in your body, so it's going to be triggered again and again. It's going to rise to the surface. And if you're smart, if you're a smart spiritual warrior, you will do your healing work this time. You will continue to do your healing work and not be afraid of it. So then we had the Mother of Earth reminding us to ground, to sing to the earth, to make our offerings, share our knowledge, create circles, connect with our wise women, and use all our tools and resources to support our meeting the shadow, right? When we meet our shadow, we can go at it in a way that we are completely ready to look at it, to meet it. So now we're on our fourth and final card. What medicine will rise up from holding space for shadow work? So what medicine will rise up from holding space for shadow work? So kind of like, what's going to be the result? What's going to be like, what's going to come out of it? What's going to be the reward? What medicine? Ooh, okay, that was a little confusing. Be more specific. What medicine is going to rise up from us doing our shadow work? I think that was eucalyptus with breathe. But it was coming out with way too many friends. All right, what medicine is going to come up? All right, I feel like we've gotten this before. 9 of air, pomegranate. Or maybe it was because we pulled the pomegranate Thursday when we hung out with the trees last Thursday. This is the 9 of air. So what medicine will rise up from holding space for shadow work? The 9 of air with pomegranate comes up and says, no love, no grief. Claim your underworld crown. You are the sky. Everything else is the weather. So interesting that I completely openly tell you that I have been afraid to go into the mysterious realms because of that experience that I had as a preteen, or I think a preteen, like right before 7th grade. That's really made me leery of a lot of things, maybe for my own good in a lot of ways. However, this is hilarious. It says, if you could look at this darkness, if you could look at your shadow, the things that were chasing you, the things that were running from you, you were running from, if you could embrace the elder magic and go into more unseen realms, claim your underworld crown. Whew. What medicine will rise up from holding space for shadow work? Your underworld crown. The branches of a tall pomegranate tree sag with the ripe, heavy fruit. Beyond the tree, a pathway leads to a desert mountain. And interesting that, like, on the right side here, the Mother of Earth and the 9 of air are both desert. And I do not live in the desert at all. But I love that. I want to go to the desert. I want to live in Sedona. The sun disappears and then reappears beneath unpredictable storm clouds. On a table inside, a large pomegranate is slit open with a bowline. Red juice drips. Seeds scatter to the floor. So, pomegranate wants to tell me, let go of what you cannot control. Let go of what you cannot control. Pomegranate is the tree that leads to Demeter's agonizing loss in the Greek myth. Her daughter, Persephone, consumes the seeds and seals her fate as the queen of the underworld. As a hike through the desert will prove, pain is one path to wisdom. When heartache enters your life, do not turn away. In the prophet, Kahil Gibran says, the deeper that sorrow carves into your being, the more joy you can contain. So that means do not hurry your grief. So the more that our pain and our sorrow and our grief, the more it just digs away and carves this empty space within us. Heartache, right? You just feel like your heart is broken and empty, and the deeper that sorrow carves into your being, the more joy you can contain. So literally, this layout is like our second card was asking us, how can I be a container, right? An actual vessel. And the prophet Gibran is saying literally about us being a vessel, a being, carving into our being. So all of these experiences that have just literally carved a dark hole, a dark space in us, right? This pain that goes so deep, it like created a void almost. It's not a void. You're a vessel. And that empty space can now be a container for joy. So if you know grief, you will know love. If you know love, you will know grief. But you can hold as much joy as you've been holding grief, as you've been holding whatever negative thing, a bit like aloneness, isolation, abandonment, like emptiness, that has just helped you form into this beautiful vessel that can hold joy and love and light. So do not hurry your grief. Do not hurry this process, this shadow work. When you meet your shadow, it's not like, hey, see you later, bye. Like, you need to sit with it. You need to give it as much time as it needs this time. Because especially if stuff keeps coming up again and again and again, you didn't give it enough time the first 13 times. So now here it is again, asking for more salve, more balm, more bandages. Let's just heal it right this time. Let's not hurry it. Pomegranate fruit must be harvested at just the right time. It will not ripen off the tree. You will live through shattering experiences and still stand proud. When you are ready, quench the thirst of guilt, regret, and worry. Quench the thirst of guilt, regret, and worry. Invite in forgiveness. Invite in forgiveness. Whew. So here is an interesting idea. Write your grief with a feather in pomegranate juice. So like use the pomegranate juice as ink and write down your grief, right? And then what did the mushroom say? Then take that writing and bury it under a rotting log. So would you do that? Would I do that? Seems kind of weird to me, right? Like, all right, like I could just think about it. But it's saying, no, you need to start doing things a little bit different. Like putting yourself in kind of rituals or ceremonies that your ego thinks is unnecessary, but your heart and your ancient soul resonates deeply with. So it also suggests to me to tear open a pomegranate, enjoy the seeds, claim your underworld crown. So I don't need to run from the darkness anymore. What I need to do is dive right into it, put on my crown, and have a good look at it. Drink pomegranate juice to calm the spirit and heal the heart when it is overcome by emotion. Now, what's really interesting to me is I have a glass bottle of, it's like a berry mix, but I know there's pomegranate and cherry and maybe blueberries and acai or something that I got at Aldi's, and I just put it under the cupboard, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe someday I'll drink this juice. I'm thinking this week is when to crack that open and really drink this juice with intentions of calming my spirit, of healing my heart, of sitting with my shadow, meeting my shadow, really allowing these emotions to have, I want to say their day in court, but not really quite like that, but like have their time to just be. Yeah, don't rush grief. Let go of what you cannot control. So what medicine will rise up from holding space for shadow work? It's standing proud. It's inviting in forgiveness. Forgiveness, that's what the medicine is. Inviting in forgiveness and claiming my underworld crown. I accept that crown. But yeah, I got to do the work. All right, so thanks for hanging out with me for our Tuesday Tarot Tuesday, meeting the shadow layout by Seeds of Shakti. Thank you so much to Mushroom, Elder, Chrysote Bush, the Mother of Earth, and Pomegranate. Wow. I think we definitely I definitely became the example of unraveling and unpacking the medicine.